Good evening and welcome to a Mitchell and Mike about the Cardinals podcast. I am Mitchell and I am joined as always by the two-time United States champion of the world. He's also the owner and proprietor of the Superstition Ranch there in Chandler, Arizona. But we're on summer vacay, no ranch this week, sadly. He is the mouth of the West, Tyrell Mock. Before we get started tonight, a programming note, we're going to move the birthday party to Thursday for those of you who are interested. Our special guest was traveling, so he'll be on with us Thursday. There's your hint. It's a he. It's not Danny Wexelman or who was the woman before her?
Katie Wu.
Katie Wu
No,
was the beat writer.
she
I
was the
love
beat
Katie
writer.
Wu.
Yeah, she was. But
Alexa
she started
Dat,
getting
is
in
that right?
that, who was the
Was it Alexa Dat? Does that sound right?
does it? Maybe? Yeah.
And Wexelman does a nice job.
Yes, she does. I like her show on MLB Network, too. She's really enthusiastic with her reporting.
She fills in a lot of time on Steve Phillips' show and does a lot better job than Steve Phillips.
Ever could dream about doing because he just loves touting himself about his general managers.
I would listen to that show every day if it was Danny Wexelman and Xavier Scruggs.
Yes, yes, yes. I don't need Eduardo and I don't need Steve Phillips.
Eduardo holding the coattails of being the 25th man on the roster for a solid Cardinal team in the 2000s, and Steve Phillips likes to call himself the godfather of the delayed contracts.
Let's also be real there. He's riding on the coattails of his dad, Tony Perez, from the fucking Reds of the 60s. So let's really what he is, because Perez did not amount to much in his big league career.
You know, the Cardinals and the Braves played Friday night. There was a 3-hour rain delay. Scruggs was actually on whatever show they do after the game. They kind of played a lot of that interview during the rain delay. It was really great to listen to, and he remembers his place in the game. It's like a fringe MLB guy. Has a lot of knowledge of the game. I really enjoy listening to him.
Yeah, he brings a lot to the game and a lot of personality and like that inside viewership that you like to hear about from announcers.
But speaking of Friday night, there were reports on X of people leaving the ballpark, going to Ballpark Village, which is owned by the DeWitt family, by the way, coming back when the game started and being turned away due to the St. Louis Cardinals policy of after 3 hours, you're no good and you can't buy a ticket to come back in.
It's an archaic thing since isn't that what you built that big thing over there for? It's for people to come and go to drink beer and still spend money with you?
That's what I thought it was for, but once you leave the stadium, apparently you've got a 3-hour clock to come back,
Okay.
which seems very arbitrary.
Yeah, it does.
But, speaking of the baseball portion of it, 2 out of 3 against the Braves. They finished 4-2 against the Braves. Really, the only team they can't beat, it seems, is Milwaukee at this point. Not a bad first half of the year, Tyrell. They're going to go into the break +5, high water mark of +9. They can never really get over the hump. In general, what is your first half thoughts? We're going to do awards later, but the first half of the season thoughts.
Optimistic is all get out and probably over optimistic. I had been really turned away from Cardinal baseball for a while. Not I'm always a Cardinal fan, but just like I just saw where the franchise was going and didn't like it on the field and everything we were getting from the front office. And I'm very optimistic about our future now. It's been good baseball. It's been fun baseball to watch. Me and you both talked throughout the offseason. I didn't expect being watching this team after May. Did not see them coming out like they did with the crack like they have. So I am just overly optimistic and just excited about Cardinal baseball again.
And it's a great segue. I love those good segues into our next topic. Speaking of the future and optimism, JJ Weatherholt, an 8-year deal, averaging about $13 million per. 2 questions. The first one being, who won? Did the club win? Did JJ win? It's less money than some of the other bigger names got, like PCA. He's kind of in that range. Who won the deal? Did the club win? Did JJ win? Did they both win?
I think they both win, but I think JJ wins overall because I just like that peace of mind. You know where you're going to be for the next 8 years. You know what you got. You're steady Eddie. You're going to be there. Everything's getting bought out. You got your money. Now you just got to focus on baseball. So I think he kind of wins in the edge a little bit because of that peace of mind. But the Cardinals win in the same aspect of, hey, we've got second base locked up and our future locked up for the next 8 years for sure. So it's a win-win. But I'm going to give the edge to JJ.
This could end up being a steal for the franchise. If there's no salary cap, and he plays to his value and progresses, 5 years from now, he could be the equivalent of a $200 million player, a Bobby Witt type. And they're still getting him on a essentially the old NFL rookie contract.
Yeah,
That's
but he's also
hurt.
23, so he's gonna be hitting that right at age 30 pretty much when he's gonna be in his prime. So, I mean, he can really cash in his next contract too. So, that's what they're looking for is that second big deal now.
Either way, he said all the right things in his press conference. He's from a small town, went to college an hour away from where he grew up. He wants to be somewhere, which leads to the second question. With the extension, is he now the face of your franchise?
Yes. He has to be, he's got that good, cheesy smile. Always I think so. I think he's been the face of the yeah, yeah. It's gonna be JJ just because he's your best player, you promote them like that.
They've been looking for that since really Molina retired, even when Yachty was on the downtrodden. A few years of winter warm up, they would run out Harrison Bader, made some cool athletic plays in the outfield, great smile, good looking kid, and he bombed out. Then they tried it again with Tyler O'Neill, who looked like a cartoon character, looked like the Silver Surfer, bombed out. They've really lacked that face of the franchise. And yeah, you had Wayno, but it's hard for a pitcher to be, in my opinion, because he only throws every 5 days. So now you got your guy for the next decade, essentially. And JJ Weatherhold, that 8 years kicks in starting in 27, 28 when we have baseball.
Yeah.
It gives you an everyday player. You can sell the jersey. He seems like he does the things the right way. His teammates rave about him. And they brought this up in his press conference. Like, now that you're going to be here the next 8 years, are you now the leader? Are you now who guys are going to look to? And it's hard at 21 years old to be a leader, even in a young clubhouse. But he's like, no, I'm just one of the guys, etc. Do you see him growing into that leadership role? He doesn't really have an old vet mentor in there right now. Or is this his clubhouse right now?
I think it is because if you look at him, he's more mature than he lets on, and he takes them so easily in stride. I think he's probably going to be one of your leaders that only speaks when he needs to speak, and just going to let his actions speak for himself. So when he's in a slump, he's not going to let. So he's going to set the example every day. I think he's that type of leader. But yeah, I think if it's not his, it's second to Newt Bars, who probably only has it because of tenure, but it's probably his, to be honest with you.
One of the things Cardinals CEO Bill DeWitt III said when they were kind of talking to him in the presser was, "We're glad we got it done. That's one extension down, one of many more to go." So the club is thinking of their lockdown pieces. And we can talk about the other guys later, but in essentially a season where he is in the MVP race, what do you think a Jordan Walker extension looks like? He's having a career year. The right arm is a thunderbolt. He leads the league in RBIs. He's 24 years old. He just turned 24. He is, I'm trying to pull up the contract so I can make sure we have the correct information here. He's on a 1 year, he's on service time. He's arbitration eligible next year. He can't hit free agency till 2030. So his RBRs are coming up.
Yeah.
What is the deal for Walker look like right now?
So I think do you go 5 for 125? Because you don't know what he's gonna be. That's 25. You just maybe not 25. Maybe 5 for 140. Because you don't want to go give him too much, but you want to tell him he's valuable in what he is. But you don't want to give him a long-term contract because you don't really believe this is a half a year. And this is the same thing we loved Lars Nootbaar that second half of his season. And he had a great second half of the season. Jordan's doing the same thing right now. I want to see it play out for an entire year before I give him something. But at the same point, you're going to have to pay if he's in your top 3 of the MVP at the end of the year. Man, you're going to have to pay out the wazoo for him because he's going to at least demand $20 million a year.
Looking through some of these outfield contracts, and I'm not going to put him in the Soto, the Otani, the Trouts, or even the Betts category, but you look at Kyle Tucker, who's 240 at 6. That seems really high. Money the Cardinals won't pay. Do you go through arbitration with him in 27 and try to work out a deal in 28? No, and you still have him through the 2030 season. Do you make him, for lack of a better term, you make him prove it a year?
Yeah, it's good business sense, but that's going to crush that kid's morale. But I think he also is going to see it from that point of view too. Of go, hey, I know you understand. You had to make sure that I could do it. So I get that. So it's tit for tat on that man because that's kind of the scary question because you could really like sour him against your franchise hard if you don't come at him right. Hell, if you you could have soured him now, not coming at him with an extension and going for JJ rather than him. But I mean, JJ has rookie of the year in sights, so I get it.
Would you give him a Brandon Nemo deal, 162 million over 8, or does that seem too much?
No, that doesn't seem too much.
That's 20 million per.
That's 20 million per. I mean, I don't think so. You're giving JJ 14 and he is going to be, yes, he's a legitimate star, but he's not your power hitting star. Your power hitters get a little bit more money because the chicks take the long ball. He's 24 years old. You're going to buy his arbitration years. You're going to cost a little bit of money on that. And 20 mil per, you can still move that contract. If you sour on or he sours on you, you can still move that. So it's not bad. Hell, that's till age 32. Yeah, that's a good deal. 20 million per. I like that.
Corbin Carroll's got 8 years at 111. That's not a bad number to play with. Brian Reynolds, 8 at 106. Also not bad. Or would you even go short term with the Mets with the Sterling Marte with 78 and 4? You pay higher, but you can get out of it quicker.
It all depends on what you believe he's going to be. I think you go long with him because I think that's going to show him that you have confidence in him completely and totally, which I think was lacking there for a while. He didn't feel like they had his confidence or that they believed in him. So I think that's what you got to do is probably go long term with him just to build that confidence in him and make sure that know that he's appreciated and all his efforts are done.
He'll be 25 in spring training next year. My final vote, I kind of agree with you. I'd be real comfortable at 120 over 6.
Okay.
20 million per.
20 minutes. Yeah. Yeah. That's good.
And then knowing at age 31, 6 years from now, he's got a really good chance to probably go break the bank somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But by then, hopefully, as a club, we're competing for World Series because that's the goal by 28 to be competing for World Series again. And now he's one of the faces and a pillar of your franchise. Salary caps come in. Who knows where things are going to be? And that's where stuff gets weird
Mm-hmm.
because you don't know what the financial aspect of baseball is going to look like a year from now.
That's very true. And that financial uncertainty might also help be pushing these guys to sign these contracts to make sure they're locked in now and not have to worry about that CBA.
And that's a great point that I didn't consider. Take care of myself now. May cost me some dollars long term, but I don't know if I'm going to get a paycheck
Mm-hmm.
this time next year. I don't know what the financials are going to look like. Are they going to cap us and then grandfather everybody else's contracts in? So I take my money now, be secure, to be happy. Or is Walker so soured with the process in St. Louis that he's like, screw you guys, I'm out of here.
I don't think so, and I hope he isn't. I know he got a lot of grief. I think he did, but I've always thought I never did because I always knew what the guy could be, so the potential was there. I didn't like how the front office handled him, but I think the fans have always been supportive of him, and I think sometimes that is good enough to give that hometown discount and stay with the team because you like the fan base.
And there's a new front office.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
And I think that this front office is much more transparent, not only with us as fans, but with the media and as well as probably with the players.
Yeah, and I think they're also more geared to wanting their players to learn. It didn't feel and develop. It didn't. It always felt with the Mosaic era it was rush, rush, rush. Now we're like, okay, develop. Let's do this the right way again.
Another great segue, Tyrell. You're on fire tonight. Speaking of development in the future, the MLB draft finished today. Really just kind of want to focus on day one. St. Louis had 6 day one picks. We're not going to go through them all because it's only a 30-minute show for the most part. I want to talk about a couple guys. Trevor Condon, their first pick. His brother Charlie's a superhero-looking dude in the Rockies organization. High school bat, Georgia Player of the Year. Already drawn comparisons to PCA, elite speed, elite defense.
Yeah,
But 18 years old, is he going to be able to come and, when they're ready to compete in 2 years, be that center fielder that they're looking like they lack right now?
man, they're bringing up kids younger and younger. It depends on if he staged out, but maybe 3 years. I could see that coming in, but you never know. Kids develop differently, and he looks the part though.
He has that moxie swag that the younger generation has, which we'll see how that plays in St. Louis when he gets here.
Mm-hmm.
but they're building a young core, which, in my opinion, when Baseball America rates their minor league system next winter, it could arguably be a top three.
It could be, and you say they're building some personality too. Doyle's got a personality. This guy's got a personality. It's kind of fun to see that they're going after those type of people now too.
The next pick they had was Tegan Coons from University of Tennessee, teammates with Doyle and who was the other cat they drafted last
Franklin,
year?
Tanner Franklin.
Tanner Franklin.
Yeah.
Big fastball. Probably another guy that could fast track. We talked about it on our previous show. College pitchers, high school hitters. That's kind of exactly what they did. Not to go like all through the whole list. There was one prospect that was super intriguing that they took that I know you wanted to talk about as well. They snagged him with the what number pick was it? It was in the hundreds, I believe. I gotta find him. Ignore me, ignore me. Not 72, not 68. There we go. For the 50th overall pick, Rocco Maniscalco, a
Love that
high
name.
school shortstop who is 17 years old. Randy Flores said on the broadcast yesterday they believe he's the youngest player ever drafted by the franchise. He
Okay.
won't be 18 until next summer.
All right.
He's pretty much what they feel the second coming of Mason Wynn. 70 grade on the 80 scale on the arm, 60 grade hit tool, flashes to develop power. And they expect him to outperform scouts. He's been called by some the steal of the draft.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on him?
Saw the videotape on him, looked really good, and I'm very, very intrigued by this. I like this just it didn't feel like a reach, but it felt like a grab of, hey, we want the next star. And like this is what we're going for, the most athletic guy that we can. And a 17-year-old, get in the system, get him in. Man, you're talking about somebody who could impact you if he's that good, 2 to 3 years, 21 years old, coming out there to be an impact bat in a major league organization. I love to see it. I love me a good story.
They're finally hoarding talent. But it seems, again, in a cluster, they drafted a ton of outfielders. They drafted a ton of middle infielders. Eventually, one of those cats is going to have to move to third.
Yeah.
Somebody have to develop in center.
I get it. I think they're doing that football strategy a little bit of taking the best athlete available. That's where they need it. I'm hoping somebody will stick somewhere. But like third base isn't just an easy position to pick up and figure out for somebody that hasn't played it before. So throwing somebody over there if they haven't done it, they're going to need to do that. And like we are now probably in need of a center fielder. And I don't know if it's going to be Nathan Church that holds on to that job forever.
Church is over his last 19. We don't really have in our rundown, but let's talk about it for a second. Newt played a couple innings at center today. Could you shift Newt to center and bring up a Baez?
Oh, bring up. You know what? If you want that push after the All-Star break, that would be a great time to bring him back, bring him up. Let be a utility. Then send down Velasquez. Dude, that would be awesome. Bring him up, and then you're that last half push. Oh, that'd be a good option to do because they need to figure something out there. Because as you've seen, this offense sputters without somebody getting on base at the lower half of the offense.
Your top half of the lineup is phenomenal. Your top 1 through 4 is locked down, in my opinion, for the next 8 years after they get these guys extended. But you're going to need to get production from your 8 and 9 hitters so you can get production, from your 1 and 2 at this point. Long term, you see JJ as a 3 hitter. Is he going to lead off next decade?
I've been contemplating that idea over my head for a long time now because I've always seen JJ as I'm a traditionalist. I think he's your number 2 hitter because I think he's one of those guys that is going to make bat on ball contact all the time and work the pitcher. I think that's your overall best hitter is actually your number 2 hitter. Your best power hitter is number 3. I think he's probably a number 2, but with the way the lineup works out, he has to be number 1. Just the right left combo you get right there. So it's perfect for it to work out that way. But to me, he's actually number. If he's not going to be number 2 when you have Herrera and Burley, then he's going to keep your leadoff hitter because Mason's not going to be able to do leadoff.
No, Mason doesn't make enough contact, and maybe 4 years from now, which is the horrible part about the MLB draft compared to the NBA and the NFL, you've got to wait at least 3 years to see some of these guys. 2 if they're a superstar like a JJ Weatherholt or a Bobby Witt Jr. Even maybe Condon can eventually lead off and bump and get some production that way. Tyrell, we talked about it at the start of the show. +5 You're just a game and a half out of the wild card spot after kind of being in that the whole time. We don't need to go through and grade every player, but who is your MVP and who's your Cy Young? And then we'll talk about the rest here in a second.
Uh, I'm gonna probably go off the path here, and I'm gonna say Alec Burleson is your MVP. I think without him hitting in front like he has in his bat, I don't think you have the production you get out of Walker. I think you do get that production, but Burley's another one you have to worry about to hit. And I think Burleson has gotten you through some tight spots in needed situations where Walker might have been floundering a little bit, but Burley's been consistent all year long. Had a little bit of struggle with some left hand pitching, but I think Alec Burleson is probably your MVP first half for me.
It's Jordan Walker. I mean, he's had a breakthrough year. He's an all-star. He's going to be in the home run derby. We'll talk about that in a second. And it's not even close. Now, my Cy Young, I'm going to go Andre Palante, who has answered the bell every time. It's not been flashy, but he's got 10 wins at the break. He could sneaky get 20.
He could. He could also
Would
stop at 10.
and or stop at 10. It could go either way, but Palante deserves what the kids call the flowers. Who's your Cy Young for the first half?
I'm gonna have to go Palante too because I wanted it. It was on point for May to be it, but his last couple of outings have really struggled. Man, I think it's really affected his trade value now too. I don't think you're gonna get what you once could out of him. But no, it's Palante has been doing a great job, and I thought I'd never say that, but because I hate watching Andre Palante starts because for some reason they're not fun to watch. But dude's getting a lot of run support and been moving the ball in and out like he should. Hell of a good job first half, Andre Palante.
Dustin May is probably my biggest disappointment on the pitching staff. We expected a quasi ace, and he's shown flashes, but the last month and a half have been since the one hitter in San Diego. He's now on a pitch count. He can't get in and out of innings. And he did okay today, but it just hasn't been what you wanted, I guess. ERA is hovering around 5. For somebody you expect to come in and be your staff leader to be on a pitch count in July, that's a huge problem.
Huge problem, and I don't know what it is. He just doesn't have. It's almost like he's looking for his release point on several of his pitches. Like that Riley inside sweeper hit him in the elbow today. Just he's missing something. But hey, like I said, the velocity's there. When he shows it there, though, he flashes brilliance. Man, he got some nasty stuff. So,
Is he still a Cardinal in August?
No, they're gonna sell. He's going to be gone at the end, unless he underperforms, they don't get what they want out of him. Then, but yes, he's gone.
Offensively, he's your biggest disappointment, and basically anybody playing third base at this point. Mine comes down to two guys: is it Victor Scott or is it Nolan Gorman? Because when I graded them all by letters, they both got Fs.
I actually think Victor Scott's on that for me because I really thought that guy during spring training and every time I thought he was going to put more bat on ball speed onto the ball and actually being almost an Ichiro, kind of do those slap hits and get those type of hits. I thought he was going to be that guy and use his speed to his advantage. But no, man, it is. I knew what Nolan Gorman was. I wanted to see what Victor Scott was, and we really got to see, and it's really, really shown about to be kind of ugly.
And Gorman's hitting 132 in Memphis, dude. He may never make it back.
Yep. I'm probably done in this organization at least.
Sadly.
Yeah.
What grade would you give the front office in the first half of the season? Letter grade.
I'm going to give him an A. You know what? Let me take that back a little bit. I'm going to give him B plus because the offense is underperforming. The bullpen has been atrocious. And they need to do better with pitching. So I think your offense has carried you way more and you are destroying arms to keep ahead of this race. And it's going to end badly here soon.
I would say C plus to a B minus, average. Like you said, the bats have been there. The off-season moves that Heim Bloom made look great, especially the biggest one I can kind of think of, the Seattle deal. Brendan Donovan hasn't been healthy at all for the Mariners, and Urangelo just got called up to Memphis, so he's kind of fast tracking as well. Ryan Ledbetter's looking good. Colton Ledbetter. That deal's looking great at this point. The move for George Soriano.
Yep. That's what I was just going to say. Yep.
Finally, I'm going to talk about the first half stuff. What would you grade the coaching staff?
Surprisingly, I've actually been really happy with how I don't like how they handle the bullpen, but I think they've done a good job maneuvering the guys around and keeping everybody. So I'm going to give them a B. I think they've done really well with that aspect of maneuver guys around and set up a good lineup.
Yeah, the lineup, it's a lot easier when everybody's hitting. I mean,
Hmm.
obviously, when you can write those first five in every day, it's really easy. I think they're doing the best they can with the pitching staff, man. That pitching staff is atrocious.
Yeah.
Like, and it's cost them probably 10 games in the first half. They could easily be plus 15 right now based off just blown bullpen saves or, Friday night, the fluky thing after the third inning, it rained out, and they had to catch arms. There's guys who have no business pitching in the MLB having to pitch to cover innings right now.
Yeah. Look at the Jared Schuster debacle. So just right there. So yeah, that's about you're accurate with the pitching staff.
Tyrell, it is the All Star break, one of our favorite times of the year. Did you know, like, first of all, this 3-on-3 thing is going on, which I had no idea what the hell this was, but it's on NBC Sports right now. Team Shane Victorino against Team Braves. Andrew Jones is out there hitting bombs.
Okay.
But once again, MLB not, doing its best to, promote its product. I think it took the place of the old celebrity softball game that we were both fans of. The Home Run Derby tomorrow night on Netflix, which I didn't know this too. There's $1 million to the winner. So there's a little
Hey.
pocket
Okay.
change for you guys.
Yeah.
The biggest odds are Kyle Schwarber, followed by Murray Mocha, Caminero, Walker, Jack Castiglione, Bryce Harper, Ben Rice, and Wilson Contreras is the dark horse. Who you throwing your money on and why?
Can I be a homer?
Always.
Can I say Jordan Walker? I know Kyle Schwarber's probably going to win the damn thing, but I think Jordan Walker is going to push it to the finale. Because I think, looking at his swing, if he's got the right pitcher pitching him, he's got a line drive swing and he can go all day with that thing. It's just a normal swing. He doesn't have that much lift to it. It's just straight and easy, and you can hit bombs for days in that swing.
It'll be Matthew Liberatore throwing to him.
Well, then we're good.
It is the Cardinals bullpen coach, same guy who throws BP every day, threw to Pujols when he did it. So the format has changed yet again in the home run derby.
Yes.
Everybody gets to go through the first round. It's not head to head, and then after the first round, the top four get seeded. I think if Walker can get out of the first round and not get Schwarber in the second, I think he makes the finals.
Yep. It's 20 swings now, right?
15.
15. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I
And then
hate
your
that they
last
keep
one, you
messing
just
with
go.
this thing.
Let it go. Give X amount of balls and just see how many you can get. And then a
Yeah.
golden ball at the end that's worth 2.
Yeah.
Just keep
It's
swinging.
not a big deal. Like, I know they got annoyed with him going for 3 hours at some points, but also watch some of those friggin' home run derbies. They are awesome to watch.
Go watch the 90. And we said it before. Go watch the 99 home run derby in Boston on Netflix. It will change your mind about this whole thing. I could watch that all day. In fact, I might watch it tomorrow on YouTube.
Yeah. There you
MLB
go.
Network should probably MLB Network used to home run derby days throw those on. The old, and that was just magical, man. Bonds, McGuire, Sosa, Jr. Like, you got a name
Bombs.
on there that I'm like,
Yeah.
other than Jordan Walker, that I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch this whole thing now.
Yeah. Yeah. Really. Yeah.
And I
I'm with
remember
you.
when Pools was in there, raced home from like 7-on-7 or something. We had to watch Pools in it. But the home run derby is just kind of a cool little event. It's not the same without Chris Berman. Back, gone.
Yeah.
The, the smart money is on Schwarber. I'm gonna blind homer on Walker, but I would love to see a Jordan Walker Jack Castiglione final.
Oh, that
Two
would be
Missouri
fun to see.
guys.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. That would be fun to see.
It depends on what the conditions are, but did you see Bryce Harper's comment that on the last at bat they should get metal bats?
Oh, no, but yes, I agree to that 100%. Ting.
That's what one of those boys and girls clubs kid takes off the dome out there in the outfield.
Yeah.
Ball
It's
coming
like
off
the
at
opening scene
150.
of The Boys where she just gets plowed through. That's what happens to one of those kids.
Great in theory, though.
Yes. Wow.
The All-Star game itself is Tuesday night. Are you gonna watch it?
I always do just to see when the Cardinals get in. So yes, I'll watch it. It'll be on the background. How about that?
It'll be on, but I'll probably do other stuff. Like, well, look, Herrera's up to bat. I'm gonna stop and watch.
Yeah, yeah.
It's an exhibition game. There's other stuff going on. I'll give it a 2 out of 10 on the must watch scale. But speaking of things to watch, man, we're on a roll in these transitions. In tonight's Old Man Yells at Cloud, Tyrell, I am grateful I don't spend $50 to watch a UFC fight anymore.
Aren't you? Those two main events were pretty fast, huh?
What the absolute fuck was that with the McGregor-Holloway fight? I've been on X a little bit this morning. I saw theories galore. What's your first theory?
It's an old injury. Or and he just happened to it. But also he wants out of his contract. He's done with UFC. He's completely and totally done with Dana, and Dana's trying to figure out a way to release him, and this is a perfect opportunity.
Yeah, he had 2 fights left on his contract going into last night. He wants to do the mega fights like he did with Money Mayweather because he can make way more money marketing himself
Mm-hmm.
than he can through the UFC machine. He gets more of the pride, the purse that night going that way. I had 3 theories. The first was that one, just get out of his contract. Dana White is looking any legal way to buy him out at this point because the negative attention that is drawn to it. Because it looks like a sham. It looks like WWE now.
Yeah, it does.
Second was he got hurt in fight camp, but he had to hobble his ass to the ring to get his $30 million. Because if he cancels the fight, he doesn't get paid.
But how do you pass the physical?
Dude, it's
That's
boxing, mixed martial arts.
Yeah, never mind. I as soon as I said that, I was like, that's stupid ass.
Because he's a striker and he went for a kick the first time. It looked like that was an excuse to set it up that I blew my knee.
Yeah.
Because he struggled to take off his shoes. He was walking weird down to the ring. I think he either heard him warm up or in fight camp.
But you saw that ripple too. That did not look good.
No. And it hurts the product. And the UFC has kind of been one of those fringe sports anyway. It tends to skew towards a different audience now than the mainstream kind of was with John Bones Jones and guys like that. I don't want to say it's a death blow to combat sports, but when you hype this fight up as a super fight and you don't give the consumer what they want, there's going to be consequences.
Yeah, there will. And I know like that UFC deal with TKO Sports was big, so they want their money worth, and this did not live up to that bill. Hell, and the Patty Pimblington fight was billed up pretty big too, and that went fast too. So I mean, you had 2 back-to-back fights that just went too fast.
No. The best part of that night was Sophie Cunningham as a ringer.
There you
That
go.
would have been worth $40 on pay-per-view.
There you go.
Finally tonight, Tyrell, there's an expression, nothing good happens after midnight. However, my friend, I beg to differ. I'm going to give you the top 5 things that are good after midnight, and I want you to rank.
Okay.
Number 1, a midnight movie premiere.
Oh,
There's 5 of them.
number 3. I love a good midnight movie premiere, especially as a Marvel or Harry Potter.
A casino trip.
Number 2.
Oh, you're really going to regret the rest of this list.
I know.
Normally, you go to the casino before midnight.
No, I got to get drunk and go to the casino.
Fair enough. The Waffle House trip.
I hate.
You're recapping. It's like 2 in the morning. You're recapping the night. The line cook at the Waffle House is smoking a Marlboro Red. You got some dude passed out 2 booths down.
You're going to hate me.
Smothered and covered.
All right. The 29-year-old Tyrell is going to come out here. That's at number 5. I do not binge eat after I drink alcohol. I just don't do it. I sit there. I'll recap the night. I'm right there with you. But I don't eat after I drink.
1 and 4 left. And these are going to be, this is tough.
It's going to be tough.
Number 1, the Gentleman's Club.
That's number 1. That's hands down number 1. I'm done. Like, we're going. Because that's the best thing to do after midnight.
Those things don't open until midnight, do they?
I didn't know they started the cover. The line starts open at 1:11, doors open until 11:30. Like one of those things. Oh God!
Because you go to the casino first, hit it big,
then you go fair. Yeah,
and then you go spend it all on some girl named Cinnamon.
Yeah. And she tells you about her kids, and she's still in school.
I'm here to help support single mothers, my friend.
Yes.
The last one, opening up the You Up Snapchat. from that girl.
Oh,
That's got to be number 4.
yeah, that is, yeah. Because you know what? This is a 40-year-old man saying that nothing good comes from that text. Nothing good comes from that. Leave her alone. Leave her alone.
Go to Waffle House.
Yep. Go to Waffle House. Go pay for it. Don't do the U up. Don't do it.
15 years, bro. I'm still paying for it.
Yep. Shit. Oh.
Now that you've seen the list, would you want to change anything?
No, I love it. That's comedy gold right there. I'm keeping that one, sir.
5 is Waffle House. 4 is answering the you up text. 3 is the midnight movie premiere. 2 is the casino, and 1 is the gentleman's club.
Yep. I'm with it. I love it. It's a great list.
Put in the comments your list, and let's see if we can't get shadow banned from TikTok. That is going to wrap us up. We are on an all-star break. We'll be back Thursday, though, with the birthday bash. The special guest will be in attendance. We have confirmed plans with him. For the Mouth of the West, Tyrell Mock, I am Mitchell Jenkins, and we will see you for the birthday party on Thursday.